We are a statewide non-profit law firm with 10 offices around the state. What we are is a civil legal services provider. We don't handle any criminal defense work. That's basically what the public defender does. If you're poor and you're charged with a serious crime, you are entitled to a court-appointed attorney. On the other hand, if you've been battered by your partner, your spouse, or you're being evicted by your landlord, or your landlord won't fix things that need to be repaired, or your wages are being garnished because some used car dealer sued you, things of that sort, or you need a divorce from your abusive partner, you are not entitled to a court-appointed lawyer for any of that. So that is where we come in, and we provide that service free of charge to low-income people and other vulnerable Iowans, as many of those cases as we can. So we're a very limited resource. We have 5 lawyers in the Iowa City office, but we handle cases in 7 counties. So we have to turn away a lot of people with no service and a lot more with less service than they really do need. And so we provide people with the tools to help themselves to figure out how to solve their legal issues without a lawyer representing them. We have lots of resources to help them do that. We have booklets that explain the law and give information that is written for lay people. So to help people know how to go to small claims court, for example.
The Free Clinic was established in 1971. Our free clinic is the second longest running free clinic in the United States. In the clinic's 50 years, it has been through some changes, but the organization's mission has remained the same: to provide quality, comprehensive healthcare services for the uninsured and underinsured in Johnson County and surrounding areas. Over the years, many of our patients have told us that if the free clinic wasn't here, they would either go without needed care or delay care for as long as they could and then go to an emergency room. And obviously, when that happens, acute and chronic conditions can become much worse. We provide care for a low-income and very diverse population, all of whom share the challenge of not being able to afford needed care. Most of our patients are employed in low-income jobs that don't offer insurance. Most of our patients have families.
We're based out of Cedar Rapids, but serve 7 counties here in East Central Iowa, Johnson County included. And as an agency on aging, it's our job to meet people where they're at on their aging journey and help them kind of complete that puzzle. As they grow older in the home, in the community that they want to grow older in, it's our job to meet them there and help them complete that puzzle, fulfill that plan for their own independence as they age. So as an agency on aging, part of our service delivery is through funded services. We have our direct services that staff, my coworkers, offer to consumers, and we have funded services that are administered by local partners. We have over 100,000 older Iowans here in East Central Iowa and about 20 staff members at Heritage, so our funded partners are critical in making sure that we can deliver services all across our 7 counties. Examples of that are home delivered meals through Horizons, Pathways Adult Day Center, through Aging Services, some transportation services as well, receive funding support from Heritage, so those partners are critical in making sure that we can administer those funded services. Beyond the ones that are the funding relationship, we have good working relationships with disaster planning networks. Obviously, local public health departments have been critical to older adults' health and education about vaccines and COVID-19 in general the last 1.5 to 2 years. Our family caregiver support program helps kind of support those people who support our older adults. We know that a lot of times the key to being independent and the key to growing old where you want to is the little bit of help you get from friends and family, and it can also be a lot of bit of help too. Those people are critical to helping older adults handle those activities of daily living. Maybe it's medication management, food prep, bathing, dressing, things that seem little to us maybe as we're growing older, but once you get older, those little things start to add up, and those people are crucial to making sure our seniors can stay right here where they want to in Eastern Iowa. Our Elder Rights program deals a lot with cases of abuse, neglect, and self-neglect for older adults here in Eastern Iowa. So anybody who might be not taking care of themselves as they should, or maybe they have a caretaker or a friend or family member who's exploiting them to some extent. Our elder rights specialists kind of meet you at the beginning and take you all the way through a sustained plan for independence. So it's not just quick intervention, get out of there. What they do is come in and identify where you're at, what help you need right now, and get you on a path towards something that's sustainable so that in 6 months and 6 years, however long you want to remain independent, you've got the support and the follow-up to make sure that you're not slipping back into an abusive situation, that you can really take charge of your future.
Table to Table, which is a food rescue organization based in Iowa City, but serving all of Johnson County. So what we do is we build connections between abundance and hunger. We connect food that is perfectly good, but would otherwise go to waste if we weren't rescuing it, just because maybe it's close to the sell-by date, maybe it's ugly produce and people don't pick it up off the shelves at the grocery store. Maybe it's just a mislabeled load and it's still good food. So we pick up that food and we deliver it directly to agencies in Johnson County that are serving our neighbors who are in need. Table to Table works with several partner organizations in North Liberty, including the North Liberty Community Pantry and the North Liberty Baptist Church. And we've also worked with the North Liberty Library on different after-school and summer programs. And so North Liberty residents can access Table to Table rescued food by visiting any one of these great partner organizations. Community members can support Table to Table in many ways. We are volunteer driven. Volunteers power the organization. They are out rescuing food every day. They are out in farm fields harvesting fresh produce to be distributed. They are prepping our fleet. They are helping in our office. They are helping with outreach and events. And so we love volunteers, and you can volunteer with us too.
We offer non-judgmental support to folks in the Iowa City and surrounding areas for any kind of crisis or basic needs that they might be having difficulty meeting. On our website, we have really easy tabs with drop downs. You can see all of the different services we have. Also, it will give you the different ways to access. We do accept walk-ins to our food bank in Iowa City. We accept walk-ins at our main location at 1121 South Gilbert Court, that's in Iowa City. And we also have a variety of phone numbers to access our crisis intervention services, the National Suicide Prevention Lifeline, chat and text help for crisis. We also have a mobile crisis outreach program that has a specific number to dial, so those teams can be dispatched that way. We at Community are really passionate about mental health and meeting people's basic needs. We would love to create a culture in our immediate community of acceptance, understanding of mental health concerns. One of our largest programs would be the Mobile Crisis Outreach Program. And the biggest piece of that program would be jail and hospital diversion. We don't want clients to have to spend time at the hospital if they don't need to. We certainly don't want clients to be arrested or put in jail if they don't need to be. So we feel very strongly about that, and we'll continue efforts to make sure that we're participating and offering services that will continue to divert clients from those places.
We provide education, advocacy, and support for people living with mental illness as well as family members. And the services we provide then are weekly support groups, educational programming such as our NAMI Family to Family and Peer-to-Peer, and in our own voice presentations. And then we have a peer recovery center called Our Place. It's a drop-in center for people living with mental illness. So people can come to our office, and it's located at 702 South Gilbert Street in Iowa City. We're open from 1 to 5, Monday through Friday, and so they can drop in or they can give us a call or reach out through our website as well to contact us. We have peer support specialists on staff as well as a family peer support, which helps family members find the resources for their loved one.
We're a nonprofit located in Coralville, Iowa. We work to provide beds and furniture to households who have exited crisis situations in our community throughout the Iowa City Community School District. So we're located in Coralville, but we serve more broadly in Johnson County. As I mentioned before, we provide beds and furniture along with household items like pots and pans, dishes, bedding, pillows, towels, anything that someone would use in their home that's practical, useful, and comfortable, with the exception of appliances. And we do this because we have a lot of agencies and caseworkers, organizations in our community who work to help find families and individuals housing after they've experienced a crisis situation that has caused them to lose their housing status. But once they're there, they've typically lost all of their belongings as well. And before we started our work, there was no standalone organization in the community who provided this service broadly to a variety of agencies. We work through 34 now referring agencies for referrals of need.
Almost everything that we give has been used and donated by community members, and North Liberty is a big part of our donations. We do pickups for free, and we have on our website a link that you click on and can fill out a form to request a pickup. Then you send pictures to our email, and we work to schedule a pickup as soon as we can.
The Senior Center's mission is to enhance quality of life by providing opportunities for wellness, social connection, community engagement, and lifelong learning for our diverse and older adult population. North Liberty residents can engage with the Senior Center in a variety of ways. You can become a member if you'd like, or many of our programs and services are available free to the public. You can visit our facility in downtown Iowa City. We're at 28 South Lynn Street, so right downtown. Or a lot of our programs are now available online, so you can access them virtually. You can visit our website, you can visit our Facebook page, you can access a lot of great resources online or over the phone, or participate in hybrid programming. So you have a lot of opportunities on where and how to engage with the Senior Center.
The Domestic Violence Intervention Program, or DVIP as it is so lovingly called here, is an agency that serves intimate partner violence victims and survivors. So we work with women, children, and men throughout southeastern Iowa. We serve 8 counties in that region, and we started in 1979. So the best way for individuals to access our services throughout our entire service region starts with our hotline, which is 800-373-1043. From that point, individuals that call in are able to chat with an advocate about their situation and what they need. Might be perhaps safety planning in the moment, it might be a long-term plan, or meeting with an advocate to go over resources, protective orders, all sorts of questions and answers that can come from that. Our mobile advocacy team will go and meet individuals where they feel safest. So that might be at the library here in North Liberty, that might be at the grocery store, and it might just be by phone. However, everybody has to start with that hotline, and then we sort of move from that point forward. In addition to the sort of family that we think about, our advocates were able to identify about 15 years ago that victim survivors were not leaving dangerous situations out of fear for their pet safety. And so in 2017, we opened Cooper's House. We are the state's only emergency shelter that provides in-shelter space for victim survivors' furriest family members. We are able to have up to 2 dogs and 3 cats in Cooper's House. But in addition, we also have a robust fostering program and have fostered everything from pigs to cows to ostriches over the years. We know that every family looks different, and every single family member has an integral part to play, and keeping that family safe, especially in times of crisis and trauma, is the priority.
Horizons, a Family Service Alliance, has been around for 60 years. We have 3 main programs, which is NTS, which is a transportation service. So that gives people rides from 6 p.m. to 6 a.m. That's for people that work like double or triple shifts. And it's also for people if they got their license revoked for any reason, we can give them a ride to work. Then we have a financial services program, and that program helps families create a budget. We have a payee program, which will help them pay their monthly bills. And then also with credit card debt and everything else like that. And then our biggest program is Meals on Wheels. We serve about 950 people in Lynn County and about 150 in Johnson County. We serve hot meals, ready to eat Monday through Friday, and we check in with the clients to see how they're doing.
UAY, as we call it, is a youth serving organization. We like to call ourselves the one-stop shop for all things youth and families. We serve young people and their families through our intervention programming, so that's counseling, therapy, social emotional support. We offer support for homeless teens as well as pregnant and parenting teens. And then our prevention side of things is at the youth center downtown, where we have drop-in programming where young people can just hang out and have positive pro-social interactions with each other and our adult staff members. And then we also have an LGBTQ group and various art lessons and times that you can just drop in and hang out and have a safe place to be. We just launched a program called the Spark program, so it's helping young people find something that sparks their interest, that really motivates them to use their bodies or be creative and then connect to get positive pro-social and social emotional support from an adult on our staff. That could be kayaking or canoeing or hiking. We have a group of young men right now who are really into boxing, and so we've gotten them hooked up with that. I think the idea is really just to acknowledge what happens for young people developmentally in their brains and what chemicals are shifting, and then getting them connected with positive pro-social risk-taking activities versus the not so desirable risk-taking activities that young people are also drawn to, because it's fun and a little bit on the edge. So that's a program that we're pushing. We're also really trying to expand our services to BIPOC community members and to engage what we know is during the pandemic, those that we were previously most worried about in terms of socioeconomic well-being, racial trauma, historical trauma, poverty-based trauma, and we're really trying to look at how we serve those community members and those populations and do it better and do it differently, because everybody deserves to have a place where they feel supported and they belong. So that's kind of where we're pushing towards right now, is just to make sure that we're doing our due diligence to provide trauma-informed spaces and programming for everybody in our community.
Families who utilize the pantry services come in and shop for food and toiletries that fit their needs best. And then we also provide grocery delivery, as well as a community garden and growing and learning space. And then recently we opened our community closet to provide free clothing and socks and underwear to families in our community as well. The North Liberty Community Pantry has been one of the longest standing organizations in the community, right after the library, I think. So anyone who is new to the area usually starts at the pantry in terms of collaboration and partnerships. So there's a limit to what we can do at the pantry as far as giving out food, toiletries, and clothing. But we know that families in need have a lot of need for other resources. So we work closely with folks at Table to Table to help receive food and get our shelves full. We work with the schools, local student and family advocates, to help meet individual requests for families who are new to town or maybe have children who might be struggling, getting all of the resources that they need. We have resources and referrals for financial assistance through community crisis services, through Shelter House when they have financial assistance, through utility assistance. We also have information for domestic violence intervention program, as well as rape victim advocacy program. We really try to be a hub for those resources and connect people as much as we can to the things that we can't provide, but we know are great resources out in the community.